Hi everybody, my name is Sue Stagnitti, and I am a seventh grade middle school small group leader here at Rocky Mountain Christian Church in Niwot. And I've been doing this for about 5 years. And today I want to share with you why it's important for all of you to have someone that we're going to call a cop, the person that can speak the hard things into your life, the truths and things that your parents are supportive of, and why we all need somebody like that in our lives. Whether we appreciate what they're saying to us at the time, we need it. I'm going to talk about my story where there was someone, her name was Alicia Sacrani, who was a cop for me. This has happened, I guess, maybe about 25 years ago. It sounds like a long time ago because it is. Anyway, I was an ESL teacher, an English as a Second Language teacher, and I taught students how to speak English that came from different countries, and we had them from all over the place, mostly from Japan and South Korea. Anyway, this person I just mentioned to you, Alicia Sacrani, was from South Korea, and she didn't even have a student in my class, but she did speak Korean, and so she approached me one day and she said, Sue, I know you're the ESL teacher here and you have lots of Korean students. Would you like some help? And I said, oh, absolutely, it'd be awesome. Whatever you want to do, that'd be great. And so, I don't know, probably at least 4 or 5 months she was working with me. And then one day after school, we were putting together this bulletin board of origami that the kids had made. There were at least 100 pieces or more. And she was helping me put them on this bulletin board. And we were just talking and laughing, and it was really fun. I mean, she and I worked together, but we also became friends. We would laugh together, sometimes we'd eat lunch together. But this one particular day, we were putting up all these cranes and all kinds of different things on the bulletin board. And she said to me, Sue, do you know if you're going to heaven or not? I mean, just out of the blue, she asked me this question. I said, sure, I'm going to heaven. Of course I am, yeah, of course, And she says, oh, well, that's really good news. And she said, well, then that means that you have given your heart to Jesus and, you have a new life and all that. And I said, I guess. I didn't know exactly what I was agreeing to, but I didn't want to offend her either. And so she said, you're not sure about that, are you? And I said, I don't know. I really didn't want to talk about it because I actually was not a Christian. And I didn't really know exactly how to keep this conversation going. And so I said, I don't know, maybe not. And she says, well, I hate to tell you this, but you're going to hell. I have to tell you, of course I was taken aback. I was kind of surprised that she said that to me. But on the other hand, I didn't want to offend her because I really needed her help. I didn't want to get into an argument with her, So I said, well, I don't know, maybe I'm not. I mean, so? And she said, here's what you have to do. And she told me what I needed to do, that I needed to leave my old life behind and just put it all down at Jesus' feet and let Him be the Lord and Savior of my life and let Him take the reins of my life, to let go of Him and to give it to Him. And she said, and I'm going to help you get started with that. And I wasn't sure I wanted to get started with it, but she got me thinking. And this wasn't somebody that I saw that came knocking at my door, that left, and then I never saw this person again. I had to see her every day, just about this way. So I couldn't get away from her. She was my hound of heaven, if you will, as Jesus is referred to being hound of heaven. Alicia was the kind of person that, she was kind of in my face. Yeah, she was in my face. She was outgoing, and so am I. And I have to tell you, she got me going and asking questions. She got me to go to church with her. We tried several different churches together. And it was just really weird how it started out. I got into arguments too, because she would give me these things to read, these little tracts that she would get at her church. And I didn't always agree with them, or the teachings were hard, and I wasn't sure. I mean, it was one thing to say, oh yes, I want to give up the reins, but to live that out every day in the flesh was a totally different thing. And it's a process. And I have to tell you, there were times when she did hurt my feelings, or at least I perceived it that way, because I thought she was really being tough on me and telling me certain things that I needed to do, things I didn't need to do, and how I had to have faith in Jesus and not have faith in myself, and the things that I'd always had faith in before. But I have to tell you now. Looking back on this, I look back and there's a verse in Proverbs, and it says that you can trust the wounds of a friend. So that when you have this friend, this person that you have a wonderful relationship with, that tells you hard things about yourself that are not quite so great, you can actually trust that person because that person is doing it out of love and concern for you. You don't need another yes man in your life. You need somebody that's going to say, hey, you know what? You just blew it there. What you said to your friend, you blew it. What are you going to do about it? Alicia Sacrani, I don't even know where she is today. Maybe I could look her up on Facebook or something, I don't know. But for a very brief period of my life, she was my cop, and she got me started. She was my friend and my cop. And so I think you guys, when you look at your leaders that you have here in church, I know we laugh a lot and we have a wonderful time together, and it's awesome. But there are times when we do have to get kind of heavy and hear things we don't want to hear. And sometimes, if your leader says that to you, I just want to remind you not to take it so hard, or that the teacher is trying to be too hard on you and mean to you, but rather this teacher is trying to steer you in the right direction, to speak truth into your life. The truth, the transforming truth of Jesus that we all need to have a truly transformed life.